Reading and writing are the tools of a literate society, of an enlightenment society. Those people who have the reading and writing have a completely different ability of thinking than those who do not, right? Writing down a complete argument or a philosophy, right? Going through chapters, creating your thesis, right? Constructing it in a particular way is completely different than just getting on social media and making a persuasive argument about something, right? Without you even having to do the full work. There's a certain lack of art that even exists in it, a certain lack of poetry within the words. And so there's a lack of cognitive connection that happens. And so what we're seeing in the current generation is a cognitive decline, specifically because there's less reading and there's less writing of this generation, which means that there's also less complex understanding. So you have to think about the things that we would listen to. When I say I'm talking about millennials, right? Then you got boomers that came before us and things of that nature. But there was more reading of print, of course, because we now have Gen Z who was born in a completely digital world, inoculated with algorithms, AI, tablets, smartphones. They are the digital generation. Then we have Generation Beta, which is going to be the AI generation. They won't know a world before AI, right? I knew a world before smartphones. This is dangerous because as we start looking at the downfall of democracy, you understand me? When you have a space where there's less literacy, the students themselves are more inclined to depend on the authority of a teacher. But a less literate society is more dependent upon an authoritarian leader, right, to guide them and tell them what to do. A society where there's a democracy of access to information, right, you have more coffee shops, people are reading, and people are challenging things because they know more, they think more, right? So you can't just tell them what to do because they're going to be thinking. And so without those cognitive rituals and spaces that promote thinking and enlightenment, we automatically go towards the downfall of society, right, as a byproduct of that. And so we actually need to becoming a more reading people. And